Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is basically Brandon. So first and foremost, I apologize for this crazy hair. It is the weekend, and so I had not planned on doing much of anything this weekend. But if you know me, that does not sound like something that I would do. So we have had this piece of furniture at our house for a while now. It's one of my friends, when her grandmother passed away, she gave me a bunch of furniture. She knew that I enjoyed redoing furniture. AJ has really wanted a coffee bar recently, and so I thought this piece would make a really good coffee bar. You know, I feel like everyone and their mother has been posting about coffee bars recently. Everyone wants a coffee bar in their house, and so I was very excited to get this one done in the house. We're having to get rid of our kitchen table to put it in, which our kitchen table is just like a $90 kitchen table that came from Walmart. I've had it for about 10 years or so. Wow, my hair really is like crazy. Today I have spent, despite it being 30 degrees outside, 30 to 35, despite the cold weather, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to make this coffee bar today. So, yeah, that's what I did. I have made a coffee bar today in winter temperatures, which if you guys know anything about painting, spray painting, all of that, you're not supposed to paint in that kind of weather. So it's kind of been a little bit of, it's been a little frustrating because it didn't dry right. I was using my heat gun. Ultimately, I ended up being very pleased with the project itself. And so, the next couple of scenes, you'll just see, me working on it. But yeah, we will just hop on into it and you guys can see how I redid this piece of furniture, to become a coffee bar. I'm really excited to show you guys, so let's just do it. So here's the piece that we're going to be redoing today. You can see it's kind of an older microwave cart. It's got a little pull-out cutting board on it. It's a little bit older of a piece. So we just kind of want to update it, maybe take a little bit off the top of the microwave cart so that way we can put the coffee pot right underneath, kind of in the little cubby hole. So to begin, I'm just going to take my reciprocating saw and I'm just going to saw off the piece that I want to take off this microwave cart. Now, I ended up kind of jacking it up a little bit and I had to go in and put some silicone in. There's other ways that you can kind of make it flush, but I just chose silicone because I had it laying around the house and thought I'll just do it. I've done it this way before with other furniture. In winter weather, it does not dry as quick as I would like for it to. I ended up having to lay it down and to finish sawing through it all the way through, as you can see here. So here you can see that I'm taking my little sander and I'm just going to go ahead and sand some of this wood down to make it even, and I actually tried to use it to make it flush where I jacked it up, but unfortunately it was beyond the sander's capability to do that, so I still had to use the silicone to kind of level it out. This is what it looks like so far, and before we move forward, we need to make sure that we get all the sawdust off of this before we begin putting any silicone on, any paint on, anything like that. Now here's where I'm taking the silicone and I'm just putting it in the pieces that are a little bit jacked up, that's not even with the rest of it, and I'm just smoothing it out. I used my fingers, I used an X-Acto knife, I ended up using like a plaster of Paris, one of those things that you spread it with, just to try and get it kind of even. And you can see in the end it does kind of even it out. There are better ways to do this, but this is just what I had on hand for today. Next, I'm taking some screws and I'm just putting them through on the top to kind of reinforce it. Once you took that top part off, the board kind of slipped down a little bit, so we're just reinforcing it now. Now this part I got frustrated at because I was trying to take the backing of it off so I could put contact paper on the back to make it to look more wood-like. Well, it didn't want to come off the way that I wanted to do it, so I ended up having to take a hammer and just kind of hammer it right out. You'll see that here in a second, but it got the job done. Next, after I started letting the silicone dry on it, I went ahead and put the contact paper on the back end of this. Now, the contact paper that I had from the Dollar Tree did not stick to this stuff very well, so I took a little bit of hot glue and kind of tapered it down a little bit more. Next, we're just going to go ahead and start spray painting it. I ended up using this Kills chalk paint spray paint brand, and the color was Blue Juniper, and I loved the color so much. It was a great color for this. Now, typically you would let this dry outside, but unfortunately it is wintertime here in my hometown, and so I just brought it in to continue drying it out. I used the heat gun, and then I just attached the backing that I had put the contact paper on back onto the cart. And then I slid the cutting board back into its position, and this is where we're at now. Now, I was going to take the top that I had cut off and turn it into a shelf to go above it, but turns out the wood was too heavy for me to hang it as a shelf. So I ended up going and getting some foam board that I had laying around the house for other projects, but I'm going to create a shelf out of this, and you'll see that I end up putting 3 boards together that are about 6.67 wide and 21.5 inches long, and then I cover it with contact paper. And then I'm going to use a couple wall hangers from the Dollar Tree to attach it to my wall and above the microwave cart. So this is the finished product, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I think it has this cool little farmhouse vibe to it. It needs a little bit more decorating, but I'm really liking where I've got it in the corner over here. I'm liking the shelf above it. I did get a little bit annoyed at how my trash can looked beside of it, so I went ahead and kind of galvanized it too, as you can see to the left. But yeah, this is it, and I love it. Thank you again so much for stopping by and checking out my channel. If you're enjoying the content that I'm producing, be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell for notifications, so that way whenever new content is available, you are the first to know about it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.